Hello everyone, my name is Chinta MVS Teja. Currently, I am pursuing BTech second year in Information Technology from Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today, I am here to give a presentation regarding the ALT AAT concept video of the subject Managerial Economics and Financial Analysis of the topic Users of Demand Forecasting. So, I'll continue my presentation. Uses of demand forecasting. Demand forecasting is a technique that is used for estimation of what can be the demand for the upcoming product or services in the future. It is a process in which probable demand for a product or service is estimated for the future period of time. It implies the study of past demand, which is used as historical data for that product or service in the present market conditions. Core uses inventory management reduces holding costs by avoiding overproduction and minimizes lost sales from stockouts by maintaining optimal inventory levels. Supply chain efficiency aids in planning production schedules, managing inbound logistics, and reducing lead times by informing suppliers of upcoming needs. Financial planning and budgeting assists in estimating future revenues and expenses, allowing for better cash flow management, capital budgeting, and cost control. Proactive scaling and staffing helps businesses scale operations, hire necessary staff, and allocate resources efficiently to handle anticipated peak times or demand dips. Demand forecasting. Suppose a manufacturing company had sales of 1200, 1400, and 1600 units during January, February, and March. Now it can be forecasted that approximately 1400 units would be demanded for next month based on the average sales of the last 3 months' data, assuming other things the same. From the given diagram, we can see actual past sales and market research combines to give expected growth and demand is forecasted. Types of demand forecasting. Active demand forecasting, passive demand forecasting, short-term demand forecasting, long-term demand forecasting, external or national group demand forecasting, internal or group demand forecasting, macro level forecasting, industry level forecasting, firm level forecasting, product line forecasting. So firstly about active demand forecasting. If your business is in a growing phase or if you're just starting out, active demand forecasting is an excellent choice. An active forecasting model takes into studying your market research, marketing campaigns, and development plans. Second one, passive demand forecasting. It is the simplest forecasting model in which you see use sales data from the past to predict the future. You should apply data from the same season to predict sales. This is appropriate for those whose business has seasonal fluctuations. Third one is short-term demand forecasting. Here, forecasting is done for a shorter period of 3 months to 2 months, 12 months. The demand pattern and the effect of the strategic decisions on customer demand are analyzed under this. Fourth one is long-term demand forecasting. Here, when forecasting is carried out for a period of more than 12 months, such forecasting is known as long-term demand forecasting. Long-term forecasting is helpful in suitable capital planning, business strategy planning, sales and management planning, etc. Fifth one is external or national group forecasting. The forecasting carried out by a company's research wing or by outside consultants is known as external group forecasting. It deals with the trends in general business. Internal or company group forecasting. It refers to the forecasting estimation by the operations of a particular enterprise such as production group, sales group, or financial group. It includes a forecast for annual sales, forecast of operating profit, forecast of cash resources, and forecast of a number of employees, etc. Macro level forecasting. In this, broad market operations are analyzed and then forecasting is carried out in an macroeconomic environment. It is measured by an appropriate index of industrial production, national income, or expenditure. Industry level forecasting. This type of forecasting is prepared by different trade associations based on the survey of consumers' intention and analysis of statistical trends. Firm level forecasting. This forecasting is prepared from the viewpoint of managers and is related to an individual firm. Product line forecasting. This forecasting is related to the product or products being produced by the firm. It helps the firm to decide which the products should have priority in the allocation of the firm's limited resources. Why forecast? To plan the future by reducing uncertainty, to anticipate the managed change, to increase communication and integration of planning teams, to anticipate inventory and capacity demands and manage lead team times. Project cost of operations into budgeting process to improve competitiveness and productivity through decreased cost and improved delivery and responsiveness to customer needs. Importance of demand forecasting are producing the desired output, assessing the probable demand, forecasting sales figures, better control, controlling inventory, assessing manpower requirement, ensuring stability, planning import and export policies. Factors affecting demand forecasting. Price of goods. Demand estimation is highly dependent on the price of goods or services. The pricing policy and fluctuation in the present price can give the idea of change in the demand for that particular commodity. Type of goods. The kind of commodity, its features, and usability determines the customer's base it is going to cater. The demand for existing goods can be easily estimated by the following previous sales trends, competitors analysis, and substitutes available, whereas the demand for a new product on the market is difficult to predict. Competition. The level of competition in the market supports the process of demand forecasting. It is easy to predict sales in less competitive market, whereas the becomes difficult in a market where the new firms can freely enter. Technology. The demand for any product or service changes drastically with the advancement in technology. Therefore, it is essential for an organization to be aware of technological development while forecasting the demand for any commodity. Economic perspective. Being updated with economic changes and growth is necessary for demand forecasting. It assists the organization in preparation for future possibilities and analyzing the impact of economic development on sales. Demand forecasting methods. Qualitative survey methods, survey of bias choice, collective opinion method, market experiment method, and so on. And quantitative statistical methods, trend projection, barometric projection, regression analysis. So let's study about these in detail. Qualitative versus quantitative. Differences. Qualitative methods of demand forecasting. Qualitative methods are those whose which are based on upon surveys, interviews, and opinions. Quantitative. These are the methods that make use of statistical tools that predict the future of demand product. Qualitative methods include specialist opinion, Delphi method, consumer survey, and market experiments methods of demand forecasting. Whereas in quantitative, time series analysis, parametric method, and regression method fall under the quantitative methods of demand forecasting. In qualitative methods, they rely on the opinion of different groups of people who are associated with the product to predict the future of demand. In quantitative methods, emphasizes on the use of past sales data along with various factors influencing the demand to estimate the future demand of the product. In quantitative, if the forecasting is qualitative, if the forecasting is carried out with short-term purpose, then in such case qualitative methods are preferred. In quantitative, the long-term forecasts are usually undertaken through the quantitative methods of demand forecasting. Here is one of the flowchart diagram for the methods of forecasting demand forecasting. Qualitative methods. Survey of bias choice. When the demand needs to be forecasted in the short run, say a year, then the most feasible method is to ask the customers directly what they are intending to buy in the forthcoming time period. Thus, under this method, potential customers are directly interviewed. This survey can be done in any of the following ways. Complete enumeration method. Under this method, nearly all the potential buyers are asked about their future purchase plans. Sample survey method. Under this method, sample of potential buyers are chosen scientifically and only those chosen are interviewed. End use method. It is especially used for forecasting the demand of the inputs. Under this method, the final users, that is, the consuming industries and other sectors, are identified. The desirable norms of consumption of the product are fixed. The target output levels are estimated, and these norms are applied to forecast the future demand of the inputs. Demand forecasting methods, qualitative. Collective opinion method. Under this method, the salesperson of a firm predicts the estimated future sales in their region. The individual estimates are aggregated to calculate the total estimated future sales. These estimates are reviewed in the light of factors like future changes in the selling price, product designs, changes in competition, advertisement campaigns, the purchasing power of the consumers, employment opportunities, population, etc. Market experiment method. Another one of the methods of demand forecasting is the market experiment method. Under this method, the demand forecasted is by conducting market studies and experiments on consumer behavior under actual but controlled market conditions. Certain determinants of demand that can be varied are changed and experiments are done keeping the other factors constant. However, this method is very expensive and time consuming. Fourth one is expert opinion method. Apart from salesmen and consumers, distributors or outside experts may also be used for forecasting. In USA, the automobile companies get sales estimates directly from their dealers. Firms in advanced countries make use of outside experts for estimating future demand. Various public and private agencies all periodic forecast short or long-term business conditions. Delphi method. A variant of the survey method in Delphi method, it is a sophisticated method to arrive a consensus. Under this method, a panel is selected to give suggestions to solve the problems in land. Both internal and external experts can be the members of the panel. Panel members one kept apart from each other and express their views in an anonymous manner. There is also a coordinator who acts as an intermediary among the panelists. He prepares the questionnaire and sends it to the panelist. At the end of each round, he prepares a summary report. On the basis of the summary report, the panel members have to give suggestions. This method has been used in the area of technological forecasting. It has proved more popular in forecasting. It has provided the more popular in forecasting non-economic rather than economic variables. So now we are going to discuss about the quantitative methods. Trend projection method. A well-established firm would have accumulated data. These data are analyzed to determine the nature of existing trend. The this trend is projected in the future and the results are used as the basis for forecast. This is called as time series analysis. This data can be presented either in a tabular form or a graph. In the time series post, data of sales are used to forecast future. Regression analysis. Regression and correlation are used for forecasting demand. Based on post data, the future data trend is forecasted. If the functional relationship is analyzed with the independent variable, it is simple correction. When there are several independent variables, it is multiple correlation. In correlation, we analyze the nature of relation between the variables, while in regression, the extent of relation between the variables is analyzed. The results are expressed in a mathematical form. Therefore, it is called as econometric model building. The main advantage of this method is that it provides the values of the independent variables from within the model itself. Third method is parametric method. This method is based on the past demands of the product and tries to project the past into the future. The economic indicators are used to predict the future trends of the business. Based on the future trends, the demand for the product is forecasted. An index of economic indicators is formed. There are three types of economic indicators: WIS, leading indicators, lagging indicators, and coincidental indicators. The leading indicators are those that move up or down ahead of other series. The lagging indicators are those that follow a chain after some time lag. The coincidental indicators are those that move up and down simultaneously with the level of economical activities Simple trend projections are not capable of forecasting running planes. Under barometric method, present events are used to predict the directions of change in future. This is done with the help of economics and statistical indicators. Those are one construction contracts awarded for building materials, second one personal income, third one agricultural income, fourth one employment, fifth one gross national income, sixth one industrial production, seventh one bank deposits. Thank you for the opportunity.